going to go into some exponents today. So we're going to spend today and we're going to spend Thursday on exponents. We're going to get progressively harder with them. But before we do that, I thought before in these consolidation lessons in the first couple of minutes, and if you don't have questions, that's fine, but all of you have just written your exams, and some of you may have had questions that you didn't really like or felt a little bit tricky, or you just wanted clarification of. So if anyone has a question that they had in their exam which was quite nasty that they would like to talk through, this is your chance. So I'll give everyone a couple of minutes at the beginning of each lesson during this consolidation course. But did anyone have any tricky questions in your exams that you would like us to quickly go through together? Tando, yes, talk to me.
Ma'am, there's just one question. It was open the bracket, right?
Okay.
And then there's x over y.
Okay.
Plus 1 over x.
Mm-hmm.
And then you close the brackets, and then you have -2 as an exponent.
Like that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, we can definitely talk about this. Thank you for volunteering and for telling us the question. I love it. So from now on, guys, so this is the kind of style we'll try and do, like 1 or 2 questions a lesson. So have a look at your exams, go through them, try and see a question that you didn't get, and then we can kind of talk through them together like this. So now this is a really nasty question. This is a higher order question. It is one that we might get a chance to deal with a little bit later in this course, because this is exponent work, but let's talk about what we would do. The first thing that we would need to see is that this negative exponent is telling us that we don't want to deal with negative exponents. Negative exponents are really nasty. So we need to work with the fundamental rule that if I had x to the power of -2, that's equal to 1 over x squared, okay? And we're going to talk about this a bit more on Thursday, but that's one of our rules of negative exponents. Okay, so what I can do is I can move this whole bracket down like this. And then I would have it to a positive exponent. So now that it's a positive exponent, it's much nicer for me to deal with. All right. The next thing I'm going to do is, instead of writing it as a square, I'm going to write that bracket out twice. So I'm going to say x over y plus 1 over x times x over y plus 1 over x. Okay, and then I'm going to multiply from here. So we're going to just do our binomial times our binomial. I'll show you another way to do a question like this. This is just one of our options. So now we would multiply our firsts, our outers, our inners, our lasts. Okay, I'm just going to work sideways so that I have a little bit more space. I'll show you the second way to do this as well. So then we're going to have 1 over, and then down here we're going to have x squared over y squared plus, well, those x's are going to cancel, but let me just write them out. X over xy plus x over xy plus 1 over x squared. Okay, these x's are going to cancel. So what I land up with is 1 over x squared over y squared plus, this is 1 over y plus 1 over y. So that's going to give me 2 over y plus 1 over x squared. So if I wanted, so if you saw a question like this and you panicked, which often happens, okay, then try and think, how can I make this negative exponent a positive exponent? And then think, how could I work with a positive exponent by doing FOIL, so binomial times binomial. Okay, so that's one way of doing this question. Another way you could do this question is you could add these fractions together so that you would have it as one thing, in which case we would need to have a common denominator, okay? And our common denominator would be xy. So I could write this as I'd need to multiply that by x, and I'd need to multiply that by y. So then I would have x squared over xy plus y over xy all to the negative 2. Okay. And then I would be able to add that. So I would have x squared plus y over xy all to the negative 2. And then you would be able to flip it from there. So when I say flip it, I mean you would have 1 over and then have that double fraction. It's a very nasty question. I like it, but it is nasty. But hopefully something here, even if you didn't follow through the whole thing, something sort of connected along the way and made a little bit of sense. I'm hoping. Okay. Cool. Cool. Let's jump into some exponent work today. So, our exponents, just very, very briefly. I know that this is sort of common sense by now, but let's just talk over it so that everyone's on the same page. When we're dealing with exponents, we have a base number. So that could be a letter, it could be X, it could be Y, it could be Z, it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it could be a number. And then we have our exponent, which would be at the top. And some teachers call that an index. Some teachers call that a power. Some teachers call it an exponent. So it just depends on what that's going to be. Okay. We have a base and then we have an exponent. So like I could have x to the power of 4. My base would be x and my exponent would be 4. All right. So these are the rules that we have learned in grade 8. So let's just quickly go through them. When we have multiplication, so this is our first one, multiplication. See if anyone remembers what we have. If our bases are the same, so that's really important, our bases have to be the same, and we are multiplying in the middle, then we are allowed to add our exponents. So this would be x to the power of a plus b. So let's have a look at that with numbers. If I had x to the power of 4 times x to the power of 5, what would that be equal to? If you can tell me what that answer is going to be. Don't panic.
Well,
Take a
guys,
chance.
I love these things. Yeah, and I love exponents. I love them.
There we go. There we go. X to the power of 9. Nice. Good. Okay. X to the power of 9. So as long as my bases are the same and I'm multiplying, then I add my exponents. Okay, so law number 1 is multiplication. When I'm multiplying and my bases are the same, I can add my exponents. Law 1. Cool. Law 2 is when we deal with division. Again, if our bases are the same, it's really important, then we can subtract our top power from our bottom power. So, for example, if I had x to the power of 6 over x to the power of 2, what is that going to be equal to? Okay, my power is definitely going to be 4, yeah. Okay, so my base is going to stay as x, and then I'm going to say 6 minus 2, which is going to give me to the power of 4. So I'll have x to the power of 4, so I'm saying 6 minus 2. All right, cool. Nkateko, how can I help?
Hi, ma'am. So, ma'am,
Yeah.
do we only do that law when our bases are the same, right? We only do
Yes.
that law when our
Yeah.
bases are the same.
Only when your base. So, for example, if I had, oh, hello, I just went crazy over there for a second. If I had x to the power of 4, y to the power of 3 over x to the power of 2, y to the power of 1, okay, I can deal with those guys because their bases are the same, and I can deal with those guys. So then it would be x squared y to the power of 2.
Oh, okay.
Make
Thank
sense?
you. Yes.
Great. Okay. Good. Don't worry, Lucia. I'm also having issues with load shedding. I feel your pain. I'll be in the dark very soon. I'm relying on the last bit of sunshine that we have here. Okay, law number 3, when we have a power to a power. So what that means is
Teacher Jen, I think we lost you there. Yeah, we really lost her for now. Don't worry, guys, she'll be back. She'll really be back. So at least we're stuck on this question here. So you can see that low 3, guys, it's a power to power, right? So you get to multiply the A, multiplying it by B. So as long as you're having, she'll be back right now. Don't panic, everybody. Don't panic. Everything will be well. Yeah, load shedding is just affecting all of us. All of us. But remember that the lesson is being recorded. So you guys are going to be fine. So if anyone is actually getting lost at low 1 and low 2, please do let me know so that I can explain to you. You can raise your hand and we can talk about it. Sorry, I won't have any way to write all this information, but I can try and explain to you. Alvarez, don't worry. She will be back soon enough.
Sorry, guys, I got kicked out.
I'm
back. I got kicked right out. I was waiting and I was like, why are people not giving me answers? And then I was like, oh no, it's because I'm not in the link anymore.
But why did you get kicked out?
I don't know why I got kicked out. I don't know. All of a sudden I was online and then I wasn't.
Strange things this week.
I'm like relying on my phone and I think it just was like, no, I'm tired. Okay. All right. So can you tell me my answer now? What would this be? X to the power of 3 to the power of 4 is going to be x to the power of 12. There we go. Nice. Cool. Okay. So first power rule was multiplication. Second rule was division. Third rule is power to a power. Fourth one is the idea of distribution. Okay, so basically that's saying that if we have these two things inside my brackets, they have their own powers, that I would say I have to multiply that and I have to multiply that. So I'd have x to the AC, y to the BC. So let's have a look at what that would look like with numbers. If I had x to the power of 2, y to the power of 4, and that was all to the power of 3. Let me make this a little bit bigger. What would that equal? So now you're going to need to tell me the letters and what their powers would be. You can't just give me a number. What is that going to equal? Alvarez being so lazy there with those numbers. Here we go. X to the power of 6, y to the power of 12. X to the power of 6, y to the power of 12. Cool. Okay, so that's our distributive law. And the last one we're going to talk about for our lesson today is the power of 0. Power of 0 is a really cool one. Anything to the power of 0 is 1. So if I had x to the power of 0, that's going to be 1. If I have 5 to the power, if I have 5 to the power of 0, that's going to be 1. If I had 23,456 xy and all of that was to the power of 0, that would equal 1. So anything to the power of 0 is going to equal 1. And those 5 rules are the ones that we are going to focus on today. And then on Thursday, we're going to bring in some negatives as well. Okay, cool. Yes, if you would like a screenshot, this is your time. Okay, let's jump into some questions. I'm going to try and keep 2 on the screen at the same time so that people always have something to work on. Okay. So I have a question 1 and a question 2. The first one is using our first law. The second one is using our second law. And I'd love it if you could tell me what my answer is at the moment. Tiana, you can't just give me numbers like that. What I need to know what it is. So what to the power of what?
I think everybody is just being so lazy.
I know. They're like, we're on holiday. We don't want to do this. We just want to write numbers. Okay, let's see. So we've got x to the power of 6, x to the power of 6. Cool. Did anyone fall for my trap and write x to the power of 5? Did anyone jump into my trap?
I think Watobe wrote x to the power of 4, so I'm not quite sure.
Let's see. Okay. So this question normally, but you're too smart, exactly. Normally this one gets a couple of people because when they see that there's just an x over here, they forget that there's a power of 1 for a question like that. And so remember, when we're multiplying and all of them have the same base, we're just adding these exponents. So we're saying 2 plus 3, which is 5, 5 plus 1, which is 6. So we would just have x to the power of 6. Nice. Great. Okay. Next one. You are looking at things that involve division. So now be careful with this. Think about what's going to be at the top, what's going to be at the bottom. Alvarez, what did you do? Well, you got it right, but wrong. Oh, no. Only timesing when we have a power to a power. I'm seeing lots of people falling for my trap in example 2, though, which makes me mighty happy.
Oh, this one is interesting, guys. Everybody have different answers.
Lots of different answers going through. Okay, well, let's try and see. If I was to write this out the long way, so if I had to write down everything that I have, I would write that as A times A, that's my A squared, times B times C, and that's all over 2 times A times C. I'm just writing it out the long way so you can see what I'm doing, okay? So if I do that, then this A can cancel with that A, and that C can cancel with that C. So then I'm just left with this A and this B and this 2. But I can't just move that 2 up to the top because 1 over 2 is not the same as 2. A half is not the same as 2. So I have to keep that 2 at the bottom. So the way that I'm going to write this is I'm going to keep my AB at the top. Those are these 2. I'm going to keep those 2 at the top. And then I'm going to write my 2 at the bottom because it was at the bottom and so it needs to stay at the bottom. Okay. How did that one go? Did anyone land up not falling for the trick? Did anyone get the AB over 2? Nice, Fatu. Yes, good job, Jasmine. Okay, those of you who didn't get it, hopefully you can see why it is what it is now, and it will make a little bit more sense. Yeah, Tando, how can I help?
Ma'am, I don't know. I was gonna say, can you say, since you see, okay, from the first step, since we left with A over 2, right? And then 2 over 1 over 2. Can we say 1 over 2 times what is it?
Times AB. Like this.
AB.
It's like 1 over 2 AB.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that would be okay. That's fine.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Sure. Bobby, you can't hate algebra. No, we love
It's basically
algebra.
the foundation of mathematics.
It's like the language. That's like saying that you hate words. No, you can't hate geometry either. You're not allowed to hate any of it. Tino, it's okay if it's not the same. It's totally fine. Okay, let's jump into another one. Okay. Let's see. No,
Don't
Kira,
fall for
you're not
the
allowed to
trap,
hate
guys.
geometry. We haven't done geometry together. You're only allowed to hate topics that we've done. And no, you're not allowed to hate them then either. You're just not allowed to hate topics. I promise the whole of next term is geometry and straight line graphs. That's our whole term.
No, it's not amazing. Guys, don't fall for teacher Jenny's trap on this question. Let's do it.
I've got a nice
Don't
trap
fall
sitting
for
here.
it. Do not fall for it, guys.
Yeah, Tiana, hello.
Hello, ma'am.
Are you going to give me my answer?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me what it's going to be.
It's x power 4
Yeah.
and y to the power of 6.
Yes, nice job. Excellent.
Well done, Sienna.
Nice. Perfect.
Well done.
Okay, great. I feel like we're getting these, so I'm going to try and go through them a bit faster. Another division one. Oh, this is an exciting one.
Yeah, I guess it's gonna get hot every single time. Teacher Jenny makes sure that she increase the volume, the level, and the standard of the question. I believe
This one
you
you can
guys.
do like you can break this, so you could do this in 2 different ways. I think like taking into account how you guys have been coping with the multiplication ones, I actually recommend you do the numerator.
Yeah.
So multiply all those together and figure out your numerator, and then do your denominator. Try and break it up into those 2 steps. I think it'll make it a little bit easier for you.
Everybody's panicking because they haven't tried the question, but it's actually easy afterwards.
Yeah,
try it.
don't panic. First try. First try. Tando, are you going to give me my answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what would my numerator look like?
Your numerator would be a to the power of 4, b to the power of 5.
Excellent. And what would my denominator be?
It would be a, b, c.
Beautiful. Okay, guys, if you got to that point, I want to give you give yourselves 2 ticks, one for the top and one for the bottom. Great. Okay.
Imagine 3 marks.
So I know. So what would my final answer be here?
Yes, and then the final answer would be a to the power of 3, b to the power of 4c.
Ooh, where is that C going?
Oh, sorry, without the c.
I'm definitely going to have the C, but where is it going to be? It's not going to be at the top.
Oh, will it be the denominator?
Yeah, good.
There
Okay,
you
so
go.
let's talk about Y. So this C, at the moment, it's at the bottom and nothing is happening to it, which means it has to stay at the bottom. So if it is at the top, it needs to stay at the top, and if it's at the bottom, it needs to stay at the bottom.
Oh, okay, yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Nice. Let's see. Marby, you were very, very close. You just forgot to simplify your A and your B when you took them into a whole fraction. And Tariro, I like that first step, your A to the power of 4, B to the power of 5 over ABC. And then our last step is we just simplify. So guys, when you get to this step over here, I know that sometimes this takes longer to write, but when you're first learning about exponents, it's okay to take your time. You can write it out the long way. So write 4 A's, write 5 B's, and write that all over ABC. And then it's quite easy to see what cancels. That cancels with that, that cancels with that. And then you can see, okay, I'm left with 3 A's at the top. I'm left with 4 B's at the top. And I'm left with 1 C at the bottom. So if you write it out the long way, you can always see what's what. Lucia, how can I help?
Ma'am, I'm having technical problems, so I don't know where you got the A3 and B4.
Okay, so that was because I took this 4. Oh, sorry, I'm using the wrong color. This 4 and I minus that 1. So 4 minus 1 gave me the 3.
Okay. Okay.
And then
ma'am.
this one was 5 minus
5
1
minus-
and that gave me the 4.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, no problem. I'm also on load shedding, Layla. Okay, cool. Let's jump into our next one. Oh no, that one's too easy. Oh, maybe you'll mess it up. I'll live in hope.
You never know.
You never know. What do you think this one would? What would be my answer for this type of question? Layla, what do you think my answer would be in this question?
It is 2 to the power 4 times 2 to the power 5 is 2 to the power 4 plus 5 equals 2 to the power of 9.
Yes,
Well
excellent.
done,
Nice job,
well
Layla.
done,
Good
nice
job.
Nice job.
Beautiful. Precious, hello. How can I help? Oh, no, yes, no, Precious disappeared. Where did Precious go? Tiana, hello.
Ma'am,
Hi.
I have a question. It was like 3 to the power 4 times 2 to the power 5. We're gonna put the numbers. Like we were gonna get what is 3 to the power 4 to.
Yeah, so that I can't simplify it all. If I had times 3 to the power of 2 times 2 to the power of 4, then I could say that that's 3 to the power of 6 times 2 to the power of 9.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, cool. Coolio. Next one. 3y to the power of 6 divided by 6y to the power of 4. As soon as we see a division sign and we're dealing with exponents, my recommendation is write it up as a fraction. Y to the power of 6 over 6y to the power of 4. Don't fall for the trap. Hello again, Alfred. Are you getting kicked off and on the network? Ah, okay, good.
Be careful, guys. Be careful. Is it check?
Precious, are you feeling confident to answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, tell me what I can do.
So, ma'am, the answer that I got is a half with y over 2.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to write it as one fraction. What you've written is 100%. It's great. Okay, so mine might look a little bit different to what you've said, but what you've said is perfect. So if I look at my numbers, I've got 3 over 6, and I can simplify that to 1 over 2. So I'm going to keep that as 1 over 2. And then when I look at my y's, I've got y to the 6 over y to the 4, which means I'm going to have y to the 2 like that. You can also write this as 1 over 2 y squared. You're allowed to write it like that. It's 100% right. Okay, so if yours looks like that, that's totally fine. Doesn't have to look like the one of my left one. Yeah, we've got a brain break coming. Don't worry. It's not a super long one. It's a little riddle, but we'll see how you deal with it. See who can be the first person to get it. Okay. Let's do one more and then I'll go to your brain break. So I want you to think about this in the same way as we did one earlier. I want you to think about what your numerator would be and then keep your denominator and then simplify it. So first work out your numerator and go from there. Don't try and jump, do 7 steps at the same time.
You can do this, guys. You can do it. Let's go.
Yes, sir. How are you going to give me my answer? Do you need help?
Ma'am, I just wanted to apologize for coming late, and I also wanted to say I understood the previous one, but this one looks a little bit more complicated. I wanted to ask, do we multiply the two the two numerators on the top?
Yes, yes. So multiply these two together. And then
Okay, so
once you've
that's
got
what,
it as a whole thing, then divide it by the bottom.
okay, thank you, ma'am.
Sure, no problem. Who thinks that they can tell me at least what my numerator is going to be? What is my numerator going to be? Tiana, hello. Are you going to tell me what my numerator is?
Ish, man. Can't it is a numerator. But ish, I feel nervous now, man. But
Don't
maybe
be nervous.
I must make the negative 4 in the 6, not the negative. The 6, combine it, and then divide it by the one under, isn't it?
Okay, so what did the negative 4 times the 6 become?
Negative 24.
That's perfect. Okay, good. Now let's look at our variables. What's my x going to be to the power of?
To the power of 4.
Good. And my y?
The y is going to be to the power of 5.
Excellent. That's great. Okay, good. Good start. Cool. Now look at your numbers. What's negative? Oh, goodness. What's negative 24 divided by negative 3?
8. Positive 8.
Positive 8. Good. Okay, so if you want to write it as a whole number, you can. I'm just going to write it at the top. And then what am I going to be left with?
It's going to be x to the power of 2 and y to the power of 5.
Y to the power of 5.
I mean, not 5, 4.
Yeah, there we go. Don't forget about that one over there.
Yeah,
Nice
well
job.
done,
Well
Tiana.
done. That was good. That was really, really good. Okay, so you see, so these types of questions, they look way nastier than they are if you just break them up into sections. So here, if you just look at your numerator and you get that, you actually are already going to be given 2 marks just for getting to that point over there. And then you're going to get your final marks over here. So just break it up one step at a time. Okay. If anyone would like a screenshot of this question, please feel free to take one. And then we'll go on to our brain break today. See who can be the quickest person to get my riddle today. Okay.
I'm already thinking, where would I be tomorrow? Because I'm a traveler.
Traveler, exactly. Traveler. All right, let's go. Are you ready? Here we are. Okay. A man was outside in the rain without an umbrella or hat and didn't get a single hair on his head wet. Why? Alvarez, you were too quick, man. How are you guys so quick at these? I don't understand. Please tell me. You did. You got it.
I haven't even read the whole thing, and Alvarez already gave an answer.
I just don't understand. I don't understand how you guys get these so quickly. Oh, so, guys, TikTok is ruining it for me. Makes me so grumpy. Tando, hello.
No, ma'am, I was going to answer.
Oh, so you also got it right.
Yana she's saying that it's because we're young. That's why she knows the answer, because she's young.
Oh, so because we're old, we don't know how to get the riddles. It's fine.
Yeah, like
Okay.
Tiana, I feel like, wow, girl, you just shut me down.
Noted. It's fine. Okay, guys. Okay, fine. I will find a harder riddle. I thought that this one, I looked at it for a long time, and I was like, I wonder what it is. But yes, the answer was that he was bald.
And I
So
really
sad.
thought it was a good one, and it was gonna take a while, but it didn't even take a second.
I know. Kira, I can't go into TikTok. I'm too old for TikTok. I get lost on there. Okay. Let's try one that's a little bit different. One that I want to get one that's a little bit spicier. I feel like I am too old for TikTok. I think there's a TikTok age limit and I'm past it. Ah, there we go. That's more like what I feel like us doing. Okay, but your grand's 87 and I'm 89, so I'm 2 years older than her. Which means I can't. Yeah, I've just aged very well, Alvarez, but I am 89 years old. I'm 1 year away from being 90.
Guys, this one is the spicy one. This question
I
is
was
spicy.
36 or something. No, I'm 90. Well, 89. Yes, I've aged like a fine wine. Exactly. Okay. Can you get my question for me? I would like to know what the answer to this is. Again, do it step by step. Do your numerator. Do your denominator.
I guess if they remember the rules, you know, if you remember low one, and then you're good to do the numerator. And then after that, you
Exactly.
just have to remember low two, and then you're done.
And then you're done. Guys, no, this one nonsense. Only this dude over here is equal to 1. Just that part is 1. That doesn't mean everything's 1. I'm not saying 1's the wrong answer. I'm just saying that if you're saying 1 because of that, then it's the wrong answer. I'd need to see some working before I get there.
I just think that my people are so clever that they figure it out.
I'm worried that those answers were
That
for
it
the
was
wrong
just for
reason.
the A0.
Yeah. But I might be wrong. You may have very well gotten it without that. Let's find out. Layla, can you talk me through how to do this question?
So what I worked at, I think it's 1, a to the power of 2, b to the power of 3. Then it's the fraction, and then it's the denominator is a to the power of 3, b to the power of 4.
Okay, so just be careful over here. So your b to the power of 3, you've got 2 b's there, then you've got 1 b there, and you've also got another b here. So that one's going to be b to the power of 4 up there.
Oh, yes.
And then here, we're multiplying. So that's going to be 1 times 2, so that's going to be a squared.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
But I loved your b to the power of 4. That was great. Good. Nice job, Layla. Okay, so we land up with a squared b to the 4 over a squared b to the 4, which is 1. So this is what I'm saying. If your answer was 1, but you showed me this, then I'm happy. If you just answered 1, then I'm not happy. So you need to assess on my happiness scale. If you're there, or if you're SpongeBob.
Guys, 0. How do you get 0?
Yeah, she gets 0.
Now I'm convinced that the 1 was for the a to the power.
No, that's
0.
what I'm telling you. I'm telling you that 0 was in the wrong place. There we go. Top hats on SpongeBob. Kira. Okay. Let's try another one. Let's see if people can get this one right. I'm hoping that I'll be able to trick you at some point.
I'm not sure if Tiana has a question.
Oh, sorry. Did I miss a hand? Tiana, do you have a question?
it's more like a statement, ma'am. See, so what I wanted to say was, we are tired. We don't want to type. We don't want to type the whole thing. We just want to answer.
You know what would make you less tired, Tiana? If you wore pajamas.
Yeah.
Definitely, because that's what we agreed on. Pajama party, guys.
Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday. Better arrive in pajamas. Leaving me in this pajama party by myself, guys. Yeah, of course they keep on getting hotter. That's my job. I have to try and push you. Okay. I think that, oh, sorry. Intando, do you have a question? Do you have an answer?
Ma'am, I'm not confident about my answer, but can I try like telling you the steps that I used and
I would
the
love that.
answer that
That's
Yeah,
great.
we
So
get
talk
to
me through it
help.
step by step. So talk me
So-
through first what you did with that guy.
First thing we do is we distribute the 2
Good.
to the numerator, and then we distribute it to the denominator 2, and then we get a to the power of 2 and b to the power of 2 over a to the power of 2.
You
So
smashed
far,
it.
that's perfect.
Right.
And then we multiply that with the other fraction, which is a to the power of 3 and b to the power of 2 over a, 0, and b.
So what
And-
can I do instead of that 8 to the 0? Do I need to write it?
Not really, but we can write 1.
We can write 1. We can write 1. We can also just leave
Or
it,
just
but you
leave.
absolutely
Oh,
can
yeah.
write 1. Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
And then what I got is, okay, first we split them because that's what I did.
Okay.
We times, sorry.
That's
My
fine.
goodness. And then we get a to the power of 5
Good. Good.
and b to the power of 4
So far, great.
Oh, wow.
over a to the power of 2 and b.
Perfect. So what's
Wow,
my
well
final answer
done.
going to be?
A to the power of 3
Mm-hmm.
and b to the power of 3.
Yes!
Ooh.
Yay!
Well
That is very,
explained,
very
like
exciting.
100%, yeah.
Awesome. Nice job. Nice job. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Moabi, what's happening over there? I'm seeing distress. What's going on?
On top of that, Moabi got a right answer, by the way. So I'm just warning you.
Oh no, he's
Against
doing
that.
this is so typical. This is like making us think that there's struggling and then there's
You
no
know,
struggling.
Yeah,
Bobby,
he got the
tell
right
me
answer.
what your excuse is here. I'm ready.
No, ma'am. I thought I got it wrong, so then that's why I asked for your help. But then it turns out I got it right.
But turns out it was just 100% right.
Yes, ma'am.
Guys, I'm warning you all that Moabi is the dude who walks out of a maths test and says, "Oh, guys, I
It was
failed.
horrible.
I did
yeah,
so
I did-
badly. I'm gonna get no marks," and then
Yeah.
is gonna come back with like 92%. That's
Or like
that's
yeah,
that
and the
person in the
first.
class.
And the top
Yeah.
of the class.
Yeah, Moabi, we
Top of
see
that.
you. We see you.
We know about you, Moabi.
I think the Onatis were. I think there were holiday issues. I think with timing. Oh, sorry. Pause. Yeah. Okay. I can. Let me just try and
So
scroll down.
someone asked for you to go backwards, like to the previous question, so that they can take screenshots.
Sure.
So it wasn't this question, it was the other question.
Okay.
I hope you are taking screenshots. Your time to shine is now.
Tiana, hello.
Ma'am, I would just like to say very quickly there. if you ever say pause here, that's remember the time Alvarez also used to do that. He used to say,
Al-
yo, I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna,
Yeah.
and then he gets the sum right.
Alvarez all the time. Alvarez and Moabi are in the same team. They are both the
Yeah.
people who say they can't do it and they get 92%.
Yep.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
Alvarez
Yeah.
is-
We see your pauses. We see them. Okay. Let's try. Oh, I wonder if you'll fall for my trap with this one. Let's see. Let's
This
see.
one is spicy, guys. If it was food, definitely ribs. You better get it right.
You still got ribs on the brain from
I
Spur.
know. I think tomorrow that's where I'll jam at Spur.
Who's kind of happy that this lesson is over? Who do I have to go and hunt down? Oh,
As you're falling into the trap, right inside the trap.
no, man, guys. We love our time together. Our math time is our favorite time on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I don't know what you're talking about. This is exactly what you should be doing in your holidays.
Yeah, it's fun, guys.
Aren't you having a good time? Yeah, Jasmine, I know
Yeah.
you love us. I know. Okay, let's see. Moabi, did you fall for my trap? What did you say your answer was for this one?
No, ma'am, I didn't fall for your trap. So what I did
Okay.
is, it's 2x to the power of 0 plus brackets 2x to the power of 0. So I said 2x in brackets 1 plus 0 plus 1.
So you said 2x in brackets 1
No, ma'am,
plus
2 in
no,
brackets 1.
2 in brackets 1. Okay, plus
1.
1. So what do you end up getting?
I said, so 2 times 1 is 2 and what is 2 plus 1 is 3.
You did not fall for my trap.
You did
Well
not.
done.
Well
Nice
done,
job.
Moabi.
Good. Okay, so often what happens in a question like this is they see the 2x to the power of 0 and they make that whole thing 1, but that's just saying 2 times 1. So this over here is 1, which means 2 times 1, which is just 2. And this whole thing is 2 to the power of 0, which is why that's 1.
I think my people just took the whole thing to the power of 0 and they thought it's 0 and they got it too.
It happens a lot, guys. Okay. Cool. Let's see if we can chuck in a couple extra questions before our time runs out. This one's not bad.
This one looks smart, guys. After getting this one, you'll feel really smart. So try it.
What's wrong, Alvarez? Tarira, no. Okay, I'll quickly scroll up and then I'm going to come back down to this question. Okay, screenshot time. Oh no, where'd it go? Ooh.
It also just took a screenshot by itself and it disappeared.
It was like, no, I got no time for this. Where is it? It's like disappeared on me. There it is.
There we go.
Okay. All right. Cool.
We can do this, guys. We can do it. Let's try it. Let's do this. Tiana. That was Pascal.
Tiana, you ready?
But I don't feel confident. But
That's
anyway,
okay. Okay. Confidence will come with
Rika.
time.
Yeah.
so what I did first was do the top part.
Good.
And then it's the top part equals to -6.
Yeah.
8 to the power of 6.
Good.
B to the power of 8.
Perfect. Okay. And that's all over
And
-12.
And then I said 1.5.
1.5.
1/2.
1/2. Okay, good.
1/2. And then this is where like made something tough, eh? The A's I said 8 to the power of -1.
Okay, but we don't want to have negative exponents.
Ish. So what must I do with the A?
So
Now,
we're going to say, basically, we want to say this 7 minus that 6, right? So that we have a positive number, which means my A needs to be at the bottom. Because my A's were bigger at the bottom, so they need to stay at the bottom.
so it's just going to be a to the power of 1 under.
At the bottom, and then where are my B's going to be?
1, 2.
Yeah, because my B's are bigger at the top, so they're going to stay at the top.
So it's going to be 1 over 2, 1B, 2 and then under.
Over
2.
2A, exactly. Yeah, good.
Okay, thank
Okay, so guys, in a question like this, we have to be careful. When we've got different powers of different numbers, you have to look at where the powers are the biggest one. So here we've got b to the power of 8. That's bigger than b to the power of 6, which means that it's going to be at the top. But here we have a to the power of 7, which is bigger than a to the power of 6, which means it needs to stay at the bottom. So we need to be very careful about where we put things. And what Yolanda is writing in the chat is absolutely right. If you write all of the letters out and you cancel them out, you'll be able to see where they land up. So if I just looked at my A's, for example, if I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 A's at the top and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 A's at the bottom, these are all going to cancel and I'm left with 1 A at the bottom. Okay. Cool. Let's sneak in one tiny little question. If you want to take a screenshot, take one quick. And we're going to do one tiny little baby question. And then our time's gone. And I'll see you on Thursday. Okay, one baby question. This shouldn't take you too long. One nice, easy baby, quick. Yes, Tiana, with your PJs. I think my power comes back on at 6:30. Hopefully.
You're so lucky. I just hope that they don't kick me out because I'm still here for another hour.
I really hope so because my battery is like, so we'll see. Okay, I'm seeing some answers coming in. 7x to the power of 12. Okay, let's have a look. So a lot of people land up making a mistake with this one and they square the 7. Okay, but we definitely aren't going to square the 7 because it's only this that's in a bracket. So I'm going to have 7 x to the power of 6 times x to the power of 2 times x. And that's going to be x to the power of 1. Okay, and then I'm just going to work that out. So my 7's just my 7. Then I have x to the power of 6, x to the power of 2, x to the power of 1. So that becomes x to the power of 9. And that would be my final answer. Don't forget about this guy. Hopefully we got there. I'm hoping. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to quickly zoom back to the question before, and then I am going to leave you guys. So
I've already launched the poll, sorry.
thank you, Linda. Thank you. Guys, I will see you on Thursday. Have a beautiful evening of your holiday. It's been fun. Don't forget your pajamas and your hot chocolate on Thursday, and I will see you there.